Actually, I had to be back on this side. So when the Sony reptilians emerged from their caves after the Great War of 1987, they realized they were colorblind, but they still wanted to make cameras. So they should have got advice from a Scientologist, but they didn't. So today we'll discuss, are Sony colors really that bad? We will test a couple different things and discuss other companies. Are we the lowest tier of all the monkey groups? Let's find out.
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
So we are on the Sony A7S III 20mm 1.8 Black Pro Mist engaged, active stab, 4K 24p, S-Log 3 just for now. What I want to switch to first, there is a saint among our camera groups of nerds, and he deserves credit today, my friend. And we also have an ND filter right in there. The case filter, 64 stops. That's why I'm dark as shit. There. That's perfect. So we just have a regular Sony LUT. We're going to test a bunch of different things, but a saint has made an S-Cinetone profile, which we will switch to right now. I do realize that user error just occurred, and I didn't have the exposure comp up in S-Log. That's the first rookie mistake, so that's why that looked like that. Right now, we are in what Sony is pretending to be giving us soon, the S-Cinetone profile, because you did it, my friend. Extrashot made this video a long time ago, and I've been shooting with it. He made settings to replicate S-Cinetone in an A7S III or any Sony, and it works. Not that I would know what to look for, but I've been liking it. Straight out of camera, you really don't have to touch it. This has been straight out. We're dark. I don't know how to expose. I'll learn. You know what? I'm sick of Sony telling me how bright I'm allowed to be. We're in manual. 1/50th of a proper shutter. ISO 100. Tony 2. Tony 2. I'm taking a stand. How's that? So we're in his S-Cinetone profile. Let's switch it up a notch to S-Log 3, but in a good way, because we got another program. So go subscribe to Extrashot. Thank you for putting in all that work. That must have taken months. He's got charts. He's, red, more red, less magenta. He's brewing coffee and shit. No B-roll was seen. Thank God. Let's switch it up. Okay, now we're in S-Log 3, just regular Sony LUT. And it's not good. I don't like it. And I'm nervous now. We're in manual here, and I have no idea. It says plus 1.3. We're at Tony 2.5 now. So the regular Sony LUT sucks, but someone reached out to me and sent me this Cinematch system of algorithms that can replicate any camera's color in a Sony. You can change a Canon to a Sony if you wanted. Most people do that. I've seen it done. So right now, we're in Sony's. Let's switch it over to Canon R5. Wow. Did things get better? ISO up. No. Tony down. Tony down. So I'm going to just put what's here. We're on the Canon R5 now, with better dynamic range, better autofocus, better stabilization, better everything. Take that, Canon. So let's talk about all the different camera companies, color science. Does it matter? Who cares? And we'll witness it as it's happening. So Canon colors, they're famous. Everybody's like, oh, that's why. They will take the cripple bashings like you've never. I didn't mean a bashing. It's more that like you're releasing like a slow drip of the technology to pace us. We can't handle what you're allowed of doing now. I see that. I'll buy a Canon R. I like 1080p. How come there's a 59 times crop in the foreground? So people put up with some bullshit, some garbage from Canon because they have such nice skin tones. They've perfected it. You know what I've noticed? On some cameras, you can see like red in my nose when it gets really cold, and then like a blotch of pale bullshit here, and then like a mauve bunch of shit. Whereas some cameras can like, okay, let's make all those colors orange. And then it smooths out your skin. And people love that. Every YouTuber on earth starts with a Canon camera. I know some of my boys, Cinematch Nutrition, love that guy. He's from BC. Oh, he's never stepping up from a Canon G7X Mark II. It's not gonna happen. He stepped up from a Mark I, and that was a step back, if we're being real. But he looks fantastic, doesn't he? Partly because of Canon. But if we switch to the Canon R6, what just happened there? Something different. Does it look as nice? Probably not. I noticed it side by side. I don't know why they tweaked it, but they did it deliberately, just so you would notice it and like, oh, I better get the R5. Here's $40,000. Can I have the receipt? No. I don't need it. But Canon's not the top of the mountain, my friend. This is nice, but it's no Olympus colors. Oh boy. Now, I will say some things here. Olympus, when I'm outside, I'm seeing the colors, I'm like, wow. Skin normal colors, but everything is so pleasing. That look, Olympus, it's just so natural looking. It's not over exaggerated beauty. It's just nice to look at. But I've noticed the auto white balance freaks in my apartment, probably due to my mixed lighting sources. Whenever I like raise my hand, it'll change. My face will change from like orange, cool, orange, just because like I filled more skin in the shot or something. It's like, okay, let's change. It's a jumper, but you're witnessing its glory right now, my friend. I think, due to the Cinematch technology, does this look like Olympus colors, but we have the dynamic range of a Sony. Oh boy, that's a life hack. That whole program's a life hack. They're running into Toneville. Oh, they got hit by a car. Oh God, so how's the Olympus LUT looking? If we switch back to a Sony LUT, is it worse? I think it is. Now, moving on from Olympus, I don't know why we're starting at the best and working our way to the bottom feeders, but we could also just turn into a Fuji. Now, Fuji, a lot of people love their colors, but they're weird. They're not accurate. There's nothing accurate about a Fuji color. The skin tones, it's just unique. How's it going? Hey. He likes Fuji. Sometimes I look at Fuji footage and I'm just like, that is so fantastic. And it looks old, like the cinema film cameras, shooting video with a 24 rolls of film in your pocket. I don't mind that. And other times I'm like, that's not accurate. You don't look like that. Your face, I should punch it. I will. Fuji's definitely a cult of misfits, and they like their look. They're cool. I'm with you. I'm on that team. But if you wanted to be a Panasonic hobo, you could be. You could be. It's garbage day. That's where the Panasonic colors belong, in the bin. Will they pick it up? So we're on the Panasonic something, whatever it is down there in Cinematch town, maybe the S1H. Here's the deal with Panasonic. They give you pig skin, pinkish. It's a disease, but it's not going to inhibit your lifestyle choices. You can still go to work. It's just you're pinker than usual. Can I just say that manually exposing sucks? This really sucks. It sucks hard. I'm going auto. Are things better exposed or worse? Letting Sony make the decisions. I make good decisions in life. Maybe not with my diet, but that Cinematch is kind of cool how you can change, because One of the biggest differences about a camera, people are arguing over the color science the most. When you could just pick the camera with the features you wanted and then switch the colors inside afterwards. So Panasonic, kind of nice, but what if we made a switch again to Nikon? Nikon colors. Where have you been? Where will you go next? I've been a fan. I've seen some colors. I tried that Z6 in Henry's. It was so over sharpened. Can you even get rid of that? That's the biggest problem with smartphones, with everything, all these little tiny sensors. Who made that decision to over sharpen footage? It's like, okay, it's not very detailed. Let's add this. No, you outlined my nose, bitch. Sharpening is the dumbest. You can always see, like a smartphone footage, it's like, yeah, look at that. It's nasty. It's nasty looking. On the Huawei, it's pretty bad. And I have to blur it a little bit. But what I love is their slow motion. It's not over sharpened. Like Samsung's 960 frames per second is bullshit. Whereas Huawei, they don't over sharpen. It just looks natural. It's not very detailed. It's not like, oh wow, that's fantastic. Is that 4K? Like, no, it's 720p. It's bad. But you can see stuff floating. This has nothing to do with anything, but I got some pigeon footage the other day. It's so fun to just, when is it? And then, look at that. They're just flying as we look at our Nikon color science. Is it really much worse than Sony color science? Kidding yourself? Back to Nikon. Interesting. Very interesting. Here's a good example of strange color science. We're on the Huawei P40 Pro wide-angle lens. Look what happens when I switch to the main lens. Bad things. And for some reason, side tangent, I've made 2 videos with this lens and it didn't autofocus on me at all. I don't know what happened. If I pressed something, is it getting me? What the hell happened? But these are the weirdest colors of any camera. You suck. Now let's switch to the big boys. Okay, we're in Nikon. Let's go Blackmagic, Generation 5. We're in it. We got one more that I want to test, and it's the Arri. But right now, Blackmagic Cinema upon us. Back to Sony. Uh-oh, that looks terrible. Returning to Blackmagic. That's going to be a pain in the bitch to edit. Why am I doing all these switches? Nobody even cares. It's going to take me 14 hours to do. Oh, that's a bitch. That's a bitch. How's the Blackmagic? I see the side-by-sides. Sony and Blackmagic. I'm like, I prefer the black. They all do, right, ladies? It's too bad the 6K Pro didn't at least fully articulate it. I can understand the manual focus. You get a nice lens, manual focus. You got that huge screen. You can see it. It's like, okay. You'd have something. Maybe not the Stabe. That would suck. Oh, man, I just sold my only gimbal. I finally sold that Weeble S. I was cleaning out my closet, and I was like, I have so much stuff in here I never use. In general, if you haven't used something for like 6 months, throw it out or sell it. Why do you have it? I would just never. I hooked it up one last time on the Panasonic in my house. Here's footage of that. G9 Laowa 7.5mm on a gimbal. Little tilted. That's heavy. I forget which one made it go back that. You're tilted. Oh God. I hate you gimbals. You stupid piece of shit. It was such a pain in the ass to balance, and then it's always tilting. Gimbals always end up tilting, and I forgot which one made it tilt the opposite way. What is the point? So I'm selling off some things. I might sell that idle cam. I never use it. Now that I got the Huawei, get out of my way. No, it's time, my friend. Arri color science upon us. It's not even good. Come on, it's an Arri. Oh, we're on an Arri. We'll end this pointless video on this thought. Why do colors have to be so different? Nobody's orange. You're not orange. Why am I seeing people every time I put like a picture next to me? They're so much oranger than I am. But nobody's orange here. Not one person I've ever seen is orange. Yet this is the look we're going for? It's a spray tan look. I don't get it. And just so many colors side by side. It's like, why are you doing skin different? Just show my face the way I am in real life. That's all I want. Maybe add a little magic, a little sprinkle to it, if you got it. But I think we're done. What was your favorite color science? Post it down below, and I'll delete your comment. Sony. I love you, Sony. Maybe not the FX3. You piece of flying shit with no advantages. Zero reason. The A7C looks like a generational leap over the A7 III compared to whatever that was. I don't know what you're doing. You're replicating old shit. Get on some new ones. After you buy a Camera Conspiracies t-shirt. Subscribe for more videos. I'll see you next.